At this time, because we have done the length and breadth of the country through the JCDC, and we have been the primary holders of the language and the style and the works of Miss Lou, yes, we can boast and say that. Let anybody else challenge me on that. And I know that this youngster here was a part of that trajectory, and he's here now as Dr. Joseph Farquharson, who is the coordinator of Jamaican Language Unit. He'll do a presentation now, and he will deal with the launch in recognition of the Jamaica Language Unit 20th anniversary. And of course, Doc, you have to say something to validate what I said. Don't make the people think it's story I'm making. Talk about when we come down to Mobile. Welcome him, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, I threw him a talk. Thanks, Mr. Bradver. Morning, everybody. Minister Honorable Olivia Grange, respect Joe, and to everybody else in the room and on the internet, manners and respect. But more mention, say, Dr. Vivette Milson White, the head one for the Department of Language, Linguistics and Philosophy, there. That at the department where the Jamaican Language Unit there now. Professor Sylvia Cohenberg, the Dean for the Faculty of Humanities and Education, asked pardon because she would have loved to be there, but she couldn't come see a big university meeting. Today, upon our birthday, we are celebrate the life and work of the Talawa Jamaican woman named Louise Bennett-Coverley, where everybody call Miss Lou. If she did still a walk with we today, young people would call her Mama Lou. Because she is one woman who deserves enough respect for the whole heap of years she fight for Jamaican language and culture. And through the work she do, she shows that Jamaican a one good language. And we not feel shame for talk it. Miss Lou confidence in a Jamaican thing strong. It did strong. And because she did listen to scholars like Frederick Cassidy, Beryl Bailey, and Robert LePage, who do work on the structure of the language, she confident. So she set a foundation where the Jamaican Language Unit come build pan. But it's easy for things that the JLU are just one 20-year thing. But the idea about for about 40 years now, when Professor Hubert Devonish write paper saying want set up one center where go plan Caribbean language like a Jamaican, Belizean, Bajan, and Raytete. And him said the first thing the center for do is start with news broadcasts so that the people them were taught them language here can get information in them own language. Now, let's now the Jamaican Language Unit start out. In 2001, the government set up one committee with people on the two sides of Parliament. Them set up, in English, them call that Joint Select Committee. Them set up the committee that will write over the charter we deal with the kind of rights and freedom Jamaican people must have under the Constitution. Professor Hubert Devonish and one set of linguistics student from UWI sent in one paper what tell the committee say they must add in the charter say nobody no fit treat no Jamaican different see the language with them chat. The committee agree say language rights important, but them say more information wanting pan the language thing. So, Devonish must set up one center up at UWI to prepare the ground for the move there. As so comes the UWI Finance and General Purposes Committee, give the order to set up the language unit, and we start off in 2002. Let me just tell you some of the things them we do in the 20 years where we devote. For start out, we make people get to understand say language rights are human rights. Say by right, people can get service from them government in them own language. 2, for all who did things say news make for English. The JLU for how much here now are put together and put out the news in the Jamaican language. We do it on radio and we do it on YouTube. The JLU add on couple things to the writing system where the linguist Frederick Cassidy make for the language in the 1950s. And we are spreading so that more people know the Cassidy JLU writing system that our Carolyn Cooper called the proper spelling, know that any time before in the history of the language. The JLU give important backative to the Bible Society of the West Indies to carry across the New Testament in the Jamaican language. Them do that from about 2012, that when Jamaica celebrate 50 years. Circa that, we got the enough set of writing per one topic in the language, in the Cassidy JLU writing system. And right now, we are working with Wycliffe Caribbean to do the said thing with the Old Testament. And we done Jonah, Ruth, and I work for Esther now. In 2019, the JLU run a national call for the government make the Jamaican language official side of English. Enough people never hear the side of English part. That call there help keep the language question front and center. Nobody never did that before. Nowadays, more people in the education system attack say Jamaican and English must get the said respect and the said amount of use in the education system if we want better result. And by the way, the Jamaican Language Unit tried that out, and it worked. And we tell people say it worked, but them ears hard. Not enough things in just 20 years. I mean, not even tell you half of what we do. But we're not satisfied, because we know, say, like the old-time Sankey say, we always got one more river to cross. So here what we are going to do in this year Emerald anniversary. At the end of November, we are keep the 8th Cassidy LePage Distinguished Lecture, and Professor Anna Doimert from the University of Cape Town are going to give the main speech. On February 21, that are the UNESCO International Day for language where people talk from them born. That's mother language, by the way. We are going to hold our reasoning on the Jamaican language in the industry them where people use them head knowledge and make things for other people enjoy. And then down in April, we are going to put on the Beryl Bailey Symposium where we look upon the future of the language. Dr. Andre Coy from UWI Department of Physics, Dr. R. Anthony Lewis from the Faculty of Education and Liberal Studies at UTech, Dr. Kadian Walters from Linguistics at UWI, and Dr. Celia Blake from the UWI faculty we deal with law are going to talk to we. We are going to put together the history of UWI in a Jamaican to celebrate the university's 75 years. We are going to put together 2 books with chapters from university scholars all over the world and write upon all sorts of things in a Jamaican. And we are going to bust the Mona corpus of Jamaican. We are going to call that Moko Jam, where scholar and teacher can use to find out more about the language. So if we protect the language in a fair time, Miss Lou wrap it up in a bandana and show us it got pedigree. More poet, singer, DJ, playwright, short and long story writer, long story, novel. Take the language from Linstead Market and Silas Market, dress it up in a brand new national costume, make out a black, green, and gold, and put it on the world stage, and say to the world, with this, deal with we, because you now got tired for see we face, and tired for your remote. Miss Lou spent her life down a Manuel Road, a broke rock stone. The rock stone was say fewy language not good enough. And it can't do this, and it can't do that. Enough time she broke them 2 by 2 and 3 by 3, but sometime she could have only broke them 1 by 1. But that stone here we named the Jamaican language, what the builder them dash way, it had take time to turn the head cornerstone. Miss Lou broke stone and put on the foundation, and JLU come a build on her strong foundation. Enough people think they are one room with a bill. But if English people and French people and them other one turn for them language in a big house, them can't move away. Jamaican language deserve big house status too. The JLU can build a house here, so every proud Jamaican, the JLU one can build a house here. So every proud Jamaican have to ask themselves what them a do to build up for them language. Just like how, what them a do to make sure, important point, say government and private sector no less count them, see the language what them talk. Just like how the British Council the British people give the British Council the strength in the 20th century to promote freedom language around the world, Jamaican people must give the JLU the strength to push free language said way. Reggae and dancehall don't carry the language abroad. We have to make sure so we get the backative so that Jamaican can get the benefit. JLU 20, I look how we move forward with the language, even when people who have power believe that we must keep ourselves quiet. Miss Lou never listened to them, and now, see, we dare give our thanks. In the next 20 years, which side of history you are going to turn up on? The no patois side or the Jamaican to the world side? Me thank you.